Welcome back. I'm going back through our Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector playlist here with the Blood Angels to give you some tips on each of the units, kind of how I'd use them on a multiplayer match, give you kind of the pros and cons. If you're enjoying these videos, please let me know, and I'll keep making them, going through each of the factions and give these little one episode summaries of how you could kind of stack different buffs using them and kind of different factions and everything. Um, the other thing is if you're a new player to Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector and you're getting kind of intimidated on the multiplayer match, send me a message on my YouTube channel and I'm happy to play a match with you, kind of give you some tips. If you want to play a certain faction or you want me to play as a faction, I'm willing to do that on the match. Just make a private game and then just make the password classy, and I'm happy to upload it and kind of give you some tips and thoughts. If you're struggling, or if you want to beat my ass, show me some new ways to play, that's great too. Open to all those kind of options here. So the final thing I just wanted to mention is I have kind of been changing how I've been doing the multiplayer matchups. I've been kind of processing the videos and then kind of talking through when I'm going back watching the process video instead of giving commentary as I'm actively playing the game, because I'm finding that I'm kind of thinking about what I'm doing and not really verbalizing things. It kind of leads to a lot of pauses. I'm trying to make those a little bit tighter, shorter episodes, and if you guys are liking that processing and deployment of those videos in that way better than the original ones, let me know and I'll certainly do it. If you like the old way better, let me know. The old way is definitely much faster, but I do think that kind of giving a more stepwise approach with this new method may be more beneficial for the newer players. The people that are more experienced may be a little bit annoyed that it's a little bit too basic when I'm kind of going through what each of the things are doing, kind of saying kind of this is what the ability is we're using and this is the benefit. But one of the common feedback I've been receiving on these videos is it's not obvious why some units are doing things, or what the buffs or debuffs are that are being applied to units and why it's being used. So I'm going to try it this other way for the next couple months, unless you guys say it's absolute garbage, in which case I'll do something else. But I think it should help be what I think that's what you guys are asking for, so let me know. Anyways, going back to this map here, or this video, we are now talking about the next HQ unit. The Blood Angels have so many different ones, but we are now moving on to the Librarian Dreadnought. It is a cost of 240 points, as you can see here. It's got 350 health, 2 action points, 4 movement, and 9 armor, so it definitely can take a hit. Because it's so big and bulky though, it starts with minus 20 evasion. You cannot kit it out with any other weapon type, so it's got a default Storm Bolter, has 42 shots doing 3 to 4 damage with an armor piercing of 1. So you're thinking, oh my god, 42 shots, this must be amazing. It actually sucks really bad unless you're fighting unarmored units, in which case it can do good damage, but you're almost always instead going to want to use the Force Halberd. And what that is it's only a 1 attack, but it has a base damage of 90 to 120. So again, for those of you that are unfamiliar with how this game works, base damage is the damage it's using against the model it is attacking. So it'll do 90 to 120 damage to that model, and then it will splash to an adjacent model in the squad doing 72 to 96 damage. So as you can see, these guys are really meant to be killing very powerful higher tier units, so other commanders, other very expensive units where their models have a lot of HP, because otherwise you're just, if you're fighting like little swarms, you're just overkilling things like crazy and you just can't get through them, in which case you probably want to use your Storm Bolter instead. Now it does have multiple abilities. These guys are almost always used offensively. I can't say I've ever really seen them be a defensive where you'd have them sitting back behind your lines just buffing units, because it just can't do enough of that, and for all the cost, its armor, you want to be sitting here fighting. So because it's going to be in the front lines, you probably don't want it to be your true HQ unit, because once the enemy finds out that this is the HQ unit, they're just going to snipe it down, and you want to keep those points available. So that's not to say the buffs are bad, because they're actually quite good. So the first one is Shield of Sanguinius. What it does is it gives 25% bonus HP, gives additional melee armor, but it only lasts for 1 turn. So what typically you'd want to do is you'd plop this down on a unit that's going to be like, say, running into a bunch of Overwatch fire, or you know it's going to be attacked and you're trying to keep it alive for another turn, and you know it's going to be hit by melee units. But even the 25 bonus HP by itself could be great, because you know giving 25 bonus HP onto this is you know, over 75 health, I think. And then the other ability it has is Shifting Sands. So what it does is decreases movement and evasion in an area. So, and I think it's the area around the Dreadnought. And it does -1 movement when you're leaving the tile, and it gives you -20 evasion. I can't say I've ever seen anybody use this ability. Units, when they're moving away from your zone of control, they don't get splash damage, so it's either they're going to be suppressed or they're not going to be suppressed, and -1 movement just isn't worth it. So you're going to want to be doing damage with this unit, so you're never, like I said, I can't say I've ever seen somebody use this ability. The final ability that it has is Quickening, and this is definitely an ability that gets used, that allows us to increase its movement all the way up to 7, and it gets +10 evasion. So this will allow you to cross large swaths of area to be able to get in a charge attack, or if you're doing strategic points, you need to pull back from this guy to keep him alive, to run him back to get to your tech priests here to be able to get some healing. There's lots of different situations where Quickening could be quite powerful. And then it is a full vehicle, so it has a volatile ability, meaning that on death it'll explode, doing 52 to 70 damage with an armor piercing of 3 to any unit within 1 tile of it. So what I did for the unit selections here is I ended up kitting out some Dreadnoughts, and then I brought in Victor Warsuits. I figured, oh, what the heck, if we're going to show off the mechanized army, let's bring an all mechanized force. Again, if you're going to do that, you're always going to be selecting Tech Marines with them, so you have the heal, increased armor, and increased damage and accuracy here. So you would almost always take out a Tech Priest with these guys, so I figured we'll just kit them out and do that. I do have 90 points left. I could bring somebody else, but we're going to be able to stomp whoever's in front of us, because this is a very high tier army, especially against the AI. So let's set up a skirmish here. And we'll do our 15 points. Let's see, we did Tyranids last time, we did Necrons, so let's just do, sure, Adeptus Sororitas, why not? And Cohesion will be on there, so you can see the momentum gains. Now, ironically, the Adeptus Sororitas are probably the best faction to combat, one of the best factions to combat this kind of force, because a lot of their guys have melta grenades and other sorts of units that could definitely hurt us if they wanted to. And like I said, you'd want to have the Tech Marine because he's more likely going to survive. And so here we go. We know we were talking about using the ability. Well, here we go. We'll quicken these guys here. Tech Marine standing by. I guess you're going to come here. Quicken. Get you over there. So they can even outrun these other warsuits, which are known for having increased movement. That's why you would bring it over a Dreadnought if you needed to have that movement bonus. But I rarely find that they're worth doing. Oh, he's got his frickin' artillery piece back here. And he missed. I don't see how he was even able to see me all the way over there, because he doesn't even have guys in range. So that was weird that he was able to get that attack. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense that he would have been able to launch that attack, because usually you have to have line of sight on units. Not sure why you turned around either. All sorts of weird things are happening here. Retributors with their heavy bolters, and as they're suffering damage, they're getting momentum. Exorcist. Can't tell if that's the Exorcist or if it's an Immolate. Different unit here. Alright, well, so, kinda keeping in sequence with what we were talking here, we'll get some heals. And then I think I would want you to have the damage here, because I think you're going to be able to charge in. I can actually just move you in too. I don't know if he's got units over here.
On my way. I will have you back up in no time.
So we'll do that, and we'll get your flamers up. Now that is the Exorcist. That's very stupid of the AI to have done that. Alright, well, let's move you up one. Let's use your bonus attack. Get you there. Move you up another one. Actually, let's just move you up two. We'll flame through here. They're all down. And you're up to here. Let's charge you in here. Run you up here. And see, that guy wasn't even doing a charge attack and he did all that damage. Oh, I didn't see the sisters back there. They would have been a much better one to attack. With that grenade barrage. Why would they have popped their holy ammo out there? Doesn't make any sense. Because they weren't even attacking. Yeah, that's the problem with some of these. Ooh, actually, I wonder, can I use your grenade barrage to kill these sisters? Repentia back here. You can, nice. Nice, because they could have messed us up really badly. Just go ahead and attack, I guess.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them. Awaiting command. Confirmed.
So, as you can see, I think we've almost killed them already. But you use the Librarians to close the gap, lock guys down, and mess things up. Oh, they went flamer heavy, huh? Interesting. Got the zone of control, kill one of them, they're overwhelmed. The other one gets an attack, you miss, very sad. And again, you got the hit, he was already suppressed, so it was like -1, so it's like, what's the point? Oh, they're trying to keep those Sacred Saints, I see what they're doing, he's trying to keep them by the hero to protect them. I was like, why would you not have had them up higher? Alright, those guys are all down. As you can see, flamers are extremely powerful against the sisters. Oh, he's got another one over here, huh? I did not see that. Trying to flank me. Won't be able to kill those guys with their armor. Oh my god, are you serious? Alright, so I guess if you wanted to see, if you were going to use this, you could put that over here. And then if there were guys that were going to, say, damage you in melee, which I suppose could happen here, we would do something like this. Now we've got that there. Move you up one. Bring you here. Then we're going to charge into this guy here to get into melee attacks. And then he didn't get another attack on us because I charged, and so now I killed him without suffering a counterattack, and we've locked those guys down. You're here, and you missed your attack, unfortunately. We'll just bring you back this way. Oh, here's what I can do. Let's just attack here, I guess. Suppose we can run you down here. Not a smart move. You would never do this in multiplayer, but I just want to kill him. Because I think, as you can see, we are definitely overwhelming his units here. But this is how you would use your Librarian Dreadnought. Ideally, you want to be sniping the highest tier units. And unfortunately, when they are doing their their retreats and breaking zone of control, the splash damage doesn't go through. I've always thought that was a pretty stupid mechanic here. Alright, well, I guess let's just run you back this way. And let's flame them. Good. Start running you over that way. And we'll just flame into these guys. And we can run you around the back here. And unfortunately, she used Words of Contempt, which got rid of one of our action points. So that's kind of a bummer. Smack them. But we'll let you guys charge into the sister here. Bam. And bam. And she's down. Alright, and I thought I would show the Librarian Dreadnought's empowered abilities too. I kind of ran through it awful quickly, and if you were kind of a newer player, that may not have been very helpful for you. So if you empower, if you use Shield of Sanguinius, you get 75 bonus HP, you get 3 armor, and minus 20% melee damage received, so pretty powerful. If you do Shifting Sands, it now decreases movement and evasion in area all around you. As you can see, you get minus 2 movement when leaving the tile, minus 25 evasion, and it expires in 3 turns. So definitely could be a powerful ability when it's empowered, but still, with everything else, I think I'd rather do more damage. And then if you were to empower Quickening, you not only get increased movement, but you actually get an action point back, so it's like a free cost, and you get 25% evasion and it expires in 1 turn. So definitely a nice ability if you want to run in there and do a bunch of damage. So hopefully that helps kind of see what the empowered abilities look like with these units here. So as you can see, the Librarian's Dreadnoughts are a good unit, especially if you know they're going to be using really powerful single entity units, because you can get tons of healing with your Tech Priests. You can buff them up, they can take a hit, They are really good at dueling and doing just tons of damage, but the downside is they've got one unit, and if there's a lot of anti-armor or they get locked down and there's a lot of low tier units and you don't have things like flame or dreadnoughts supporting them to get rid of the trash to allow them to get into the real high value targets, they're going to get locked down. And even using the bolter, you're going to have difficulty getting through them because it only has one armor piercing. So say if I was fighting those Sister Sacrosancts with the Mace Girls or who those were, I would have had trouble killing more than 1 or 2 units with the bolter to keep getting through there. So it would make no sense for me to not use the melee attack with its splash, but that would be how you, to counter them, you'd be running around with low tier units, locking them down, flanking them, and just using anti-armor and getting a bunch of kills. So that's how you would end up working with these guys. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the Librarian Dreadnought. Like I said, I didn't show the Shifting Sands ability because nobody ever freaking uses it because it sucks. But everything else is definitely viable and useful. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.